This looks like sheer glow after some fit tea or something. Alright, so today it is Foundation Friday. This is where I try out a new foundation every single Friday on my channel. I'm going to have my Foundation Friday playlist linked down below in the description box if you want to go watch any others. Feels weird starting it off a little different today. I usually do a full face at the beginning. Like I said in Monday Shadow and Schmooze, I'm going to be switching it up, doing some like this at the beginning, doing some like I usually do. Trying new things. So if you enjoy this video while you're watching, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Beirito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So today we're going to be trying out the brand new Nars Radiant Longwear foundation. This has 1 fluid ounce of product in here, and this foundation retails for $49. I guess Sheer Glow is also $47, so it's only a couple dollars more than Sheer Glow. For some reason, I thought Nars Sheer Glow was a lot cheaper than that. Let's take this guy out of the packaging. I haven't watched any videos on this. Nice, tall, sleek kind of bottle. Definitely a lot thinner than this guy. See if there's a pump. Please be a pump. Yeah. So I'm going to quickly read some of the claims on Ulta's website just so we know what I'm putting on my face. It says there's Longwear and then there's Strongwear. Oh, good. This is going to be a good one. The first 16-hour fade-resistant foundation that improves skin by the hour and stays true. It says that the skin recognition pigments match your skin tone, delivering your most authentic coverage yet. Full coverage, never masks skin. It stays breathable, unstoppably natural looking, and it comes in 33 shades. So I have 2 shades in Sheer Glow here. I have light 1, which is Siberia, and then light 2, Mont Blanc, and I'm kind of a mix between these 2 shades. This one is a little bit light and much too yellow, and Mont Blanc has the right undertones to it, but it's a tiny bit dark. So for this foundation, it seemed like some of the shades were the same, but then they also switched it up a little bit. So the lightest shade in this one is actually called Oslo, and it's fair with pink undertones, and then the second lightest shade, light 2, is Mont Blanc, light with pink undertones, which is what I ended up picking up. So I'm going to start swatches right here of the 2 shades I have in Sheer Glow with some other foundations compared to Mont Blanc in this guy. Alright, so swatch time. Right here is the new Nars Radiant foundation in the shade L2 Mont Blanc. Next over is the Nars Sheer Glow foundation in the same shade Mont Blanc. I feel like this one definitely oxidized more. When I first put it on, it was a bit lighter and much more pink, and it's already darkened quite a bit. It looks darker than this shade now. Next over is Nars Sheer Glow in Siberia, the lightest shade L1. Here we have Laura Geller Cover Lock in Porcelain, Dermacol 208, my closest shade match, and Too Faced Born This Way in Snow. Alright, hope I didn't forget to say anything because I can't go back and add it in after I have makeup on now. That's another reason why I like doing it the other way. If I forget to say something in the intro, I can add it in at the end. Plop it in, you know. So I've already washed, moisturized, and prepped my skin. I'm going to have my skin prep products I've been using linked down below. I also just did a full skincare routine, dry skin. And for those of you who are new here, I'm currently on almost month 4, 3.5 of Accutane. So my skin is a bit drier, but right now I would say it's just kind of normal. I'm not having any major dry patches or anything. New lenses on. If you've been watching my Monday and Wednesdays video, you know I've been trying to play around with everything. I think I spent 2 hours this morning trying to figure this thing out and get it right. It's sitting on 3 boxes currently, but I can zoom in. So let me know what you think. Do you like this better than the old lens I use? Can you see more? As per usual, I'm going to do one half of my face with a sponge. This is the Eco Tool sponge, and then the other half with the brush. This is the Morphe E56 because this is the only clean foundation brush I have right now. Right now it's just turned 10:50. 10:50 in the morning. It does say shake well on the back. It does say it's supposed to be full coverage. So I'm going to start out with a brush on this side of my face. Ooh, I'm excited. Whoa. Whoa. This is going really far. It looks nice and glowy. That shade actually looks pretty dang perfect. Going on, it feels very smooth. It almost has like a velvety kind of texture. Definitely looks radiant, which I love. I think it just looks very healthy. It looks a little bit clingy around my nose area and on top of my nose right there. Also around my mouth area, it's looking a little bit heavy. That looks nice. Okay, let's try this with a sponge on the other side. This sponge lately has been like mattifying my foundations, oddly enough. Some foundations I feel like the sponge works really well, and some it just makes look too matte and I feel like it soaks up. Definitely went a lot farther with the brush. I'm gonna come back to my nose because I kind of have to use a little brush to go around the nose ring. Ooh, on the forehead though, that looks really nice with the sponge. Whoa. This kind of reminds me of the Huda Beauty foundation, the way it's looking on the skin. That one I think has a little bit more coverage. That is like opaque coverage. Just the consistency of this and the way it goes on kind of reminds me of that. Using my small concealer brush to go around my nose over here. I like how it looks with the brush here down, but on my forehead, I like how it looks with the sponge. That looks pretty dang good. Not loving how it looks around my nose on both sides. I'm hoping it doesn't settle. I'm hoping it kind of just warms up to my skin, because around here, it does look like it's already starting to crease a little bit, and around my nose area it just is clinging a little bit, but it looks nice. I wouldn't say this is opaque full coverage. I would say it's kind of a low full coverage. You can still see my freckles coming through and stuff. I kind of like that because it's giving me the coverage that I like without making my skin look mask-like, which is what they said. I feel like that's true. Let's test out this zoom. By the way, I don't put filters on my videos. I never will. I think that's absurd. I want you guys to see what my skin looks like, hence why we are very up close. If you see things softened, it's because a lens softens the corners and everything, so that's why like this looks blurry. Lights are way down low, so hopefully we can really see everything. So here's where it's starting to settle a little bit, like there, like I was talking about. It doesn't look bad. I just noticed that. Love how my forehead looks. Overall, I think it looks really nice. I think if I was using this again, I would probably use both sponge and brush. I think I would apply it with a brush and then smooth it out with a sponge. But as you can see, you can still see some of my skin coming through, which I really like. So right now it's 11:02, so we're gonna call the check-in time 11 o'clock. Coffee break. Got my Beirito mug. By the way, I love seeing all of your pictures in Beirito shirts and sweatshirts and the mugs and everything. Link for this is down below if you want to join the club. Cheers. So right now I'm feeling this one. I feel like it's not too dewy, has a really pretty, glowy, natural, but still gives you coverage kind of look. So I just did the rest of my makeup. It's now 11:26. What I've been doing every single time I do my makeup, probably for the last couple months, is using the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten powder. And I just set my face from here down, not my chin area, literally just my cheek area right here, and not around my nose or anything, just where I'm going to be blending powder products like blush, bronzer, highlight. I don't set my forehead or anything. If I do that, my skin looks way too dry with any powder, and I just don't find that I need to. So that's what I did, and everything blended out beautifully on top. I love how my skin looks right now. Pretty much nothing different than the last time. I'm gonna insert a clip right here in natural lighting just so you guys can see how it looks. So here's what my foundation looks like in natural lighting. Looking really nice. I'm gonna zoom in. I have a feeling this is gonna be a creaser, but we shall see right now. Look at my forehead. I think I'm gonna start doing flashback in my foundation videos just so we can see if there's any bounce back for those of you who care and look for a foundation that doesn't have flashback. So here we go. Here's a little flash test. Okay, I need to smile. That looked like a mugshot. Okay, so it looks very soft. Like, it looks really flattering on the skin in flash, but there does seem to be definitely a bounce back. My face looks quite a bit lighter than my neck in the photo. So far so good. I'm loving the way that this looks right now. So on the rest of my face, I have a couple products I want to give you like follow-ups on that I mentioned in other videos and tell you my updated thoughts, and then just things that I keep using. So for contour, I use the Catrice Prime and Fine. Love this thing. Blush that I am quickly falling in love with is the Jouer Adore Blush Duo. I use this shade right here today. These blend out so effortlessly. They're beautiful. The formula and everything is stunning. Every shade I've used so far somehow works because you can really build these up. Highlight, which I feel like I'm not gonna be able to put down. I used this yesterday and I also use this today. This is the XO Beauty highlight in Aurora. And it looks like it's just a pressed like face powder almost in the pan, but this gives you the most beautiful, if you like that super subtle glow, it really is like a glow from within kind of look, very subtle but stunning. Holy shitsies, I'm feeling this. So after the Sephora products that never make it out of my cart video, a bunch of you guys said I have to try out the Viseart eyeshadow palette. I just need to cave. So I ended up getting the Petite Pro palette because I didn't want to spend like $5,000 on a Viseart full-on eyeshadow palette without trying it first. If you have both, let me know if this formula in the mini palette is different than their other shadows, because these are not that great. These ones are nothing special in my opinion, especially for the price. I'm like very underwhelmed. But today I just have these two matte shades on my eyes. Do I need to get the big Viseart palette? Is that one way better? Let me know. And then for lipstick, I use the Flower Beauty liquid lipstick in the shade Rosewood, and then I topped it off just a tiny bit on the center with the same liquid lipstick formula in Almost Nude. This is a very light pink, so this one's really nice for mixing in with other liquid lipsticks. I'm gonna keep this on for my usual 10-hour wear test. The next check-in I do will be in natural lighting. I think I'm actually gonna be working out today. I know, shocker. My goal is to walk a minimum of 2 miles at least 5 times a week, and so far I'm going strong. We might see how this foundation also does throughout a little bit of schwitzing. Okay, it is now 3:36, so it's been on for 4.5 hours. So let's take a look. Haven't looked at my face all afternoon. All right, so it is creasing a bit, like I predicted, around my nose especially, and then I'm actually getting a pretty big crease line on my forehead. I haven't been like making any expressions or anything, I don't think. I've just been working on the computer. By the way, I haven't touched up my lipstick if you're also curious about that. You can see it kind of settling into my fine lines right there. I don't love how it looks around my nose. It just looks a little bit heavy, nose and upper lip, and then also again around this area. I think overall it still looks really pretty and radiant. There's something about this that's just it's just radiant looking without being too dewy. But we'll see how it wears throughout the rest of the night. So I'm about to go work out right now. So we're gonna put this thing to the test. I'm gonna be changing out and be wiping off the lipstick. So I'll see you guys at the end of the night. Okay, so it's now the end of the night. It is 9 o'clock. I just ate like 5,000 jelly beans. So I did work out. There was a point, the peak, where I was really going up on that incline. So I did get a good sweat going on my forehead, and I took a clip, so I'm gonna insert it right here, of what my face looked like right after I worked out. That was about 10 minutes after. Held up really, really well. I definitely remember at one point during the workout there was sweat foam like dripping down my face, and I was thinking it was gonna be a total disaster, and it held up amazing. Like, you can't even tell I worked out. So as far as how it looks right now, it's now been on for 10 hours, and I think it looks good. I still think it could look better around my nose area, and the crease actually seems to look better throughout the day on my forehead. It doesn't actually seem quite as noticeable now. I do feel like my blush, bronzer, and highlight didn't hold up very well. It seems like all of those have kind of faded off throughout the day, and sometimes that can be a sign of the foundation underneath because it's what's kind of holding it on. My eyes are red right now. I do not smoke. I get so many comments about that. My eyes just get bloodshot. It's worn off a bit right on the center of my forehead right here. It does look like it's faded a bit in certain areas, but overall, considering it's been on for 10 hours and I worked out, I think it looks pretty good. This one I like the coverage. I like how radiant and just kind of healthy it looks. I think this one for me, with just a dab of CYO mixed in, the Life Proof foundation, I think that might be perfect, because I think that would kind of help smooth out some of the line issues and like clinging around the nose. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I also just posted Monday's video in my time when I'm filming this, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of the super thoughtful comments. I literally was sitting there for 2 hours reading all of them, responding to as many as I can, and I just want to say thank you. It really made my night. So I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.